What's up, guys? Welcome back to Central City Barbecue. I'm Pit Master James Cruz. Hopefully you guys had a fun and safe Halloween. Well, this week's video is going to be scary good. So if you didn't get your fix last week, you will this week. What I'm doing this week is a recipe that's, if you've been in a barbecue community for an extended period of time, you know what these things are. We're smoking fatties, okay? I'm going to give you two variations of it, but it's something that we've been cooking for years. It's a fun little cook. In a sense, it's meat, cheese, toppings, all that kind of stuff. Rolled in bacon, smoked, sliced, eat. We're doing it right there in the Weber kettle. Let's get the roll in these things. All right, well, I mentioned these things are bacon wrapped, okay? So how I'll bacon wrap it, just got a couple piles of bacon right here. I got basically a pack of each, for each fatty, I should say. And we're just gonna roll it. We're gonna be basket weaving. And all you really have to do is start with the piece. That's gonna be the length of your fatty right there. Stretch it out just like that, okay? And then next thing you want to do is you want to start lining your slices up, okay? It's going to take a minute to do this, but I'm going to show you the beginning, then we'll just kind of speed through. I'll do two of them for you, all right? You want these to kind of lay pretty tight. The catch is you don't want much of your filling, I should say, to get out of there, okay? You guys are sticking. All right, we'll go one more. So what you have right there is the width of your fatty. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 strips of bacon wide, and it's gonna be 6 strips going this way. So now we got the size of the fatty. Let's peel this back real fast. Okay. And the first thing you want to do, get this strip out of there. Lay down every other one. All right. Lay this now across the top, okay? Fold it back, fold it back, fold it back. Now you have your first row, After that, now you alternate. Peel it back. You want to kind of peel it back tight too. So the edge right here, like I said, you want to eliminate the amount of space in between each one, okay? Now peel it back here, okay? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and roll out 2 mats, and I'll show you what they look like when I'm done. So those bacon mats are actually really easy to put together. You saw that. You basically alternate every other strip of bacon, lay the new one down until you have a square mat. Okay, so the 2 flavors that I'm doing today, I'm doing a breakfast one, and then I'm doing one that I don't know what to call it. It's not quite a bacon cheeseburger, but I just grabbed a few things, some beef and some cheese and some other things, but I'm gonna start with the breakfast one first, okay? All right, for the breakfast one, the first thing I did was I grabbed about a pound of some breakfast sausage. You know, just stuff from the store, nothing crazy. Jimmy Dean, you can go hot, you can go mild. I went mild on this one. Even though I like spice, but I wanted to keep this recipe as basic as possible. So what I want to do now is just spread it out over the mat itself, okay? Spread it even, make sure there's no pockets of, wouldn't be pockets of air, but just make sure there's no holes in your mat. Make sure it's really nice and even, okay? There we go. And go as close to the edge as possible, you know, without going over, because they will kind of bust out of your mat. All right, next thing I want to do after that, I'm going to add some cheese. I got some mild cheddar cheese here. I'm just going to sprinkle this around. You know, nothing crazy, just a nice even coat of it. I'll put a nice, just spread it evenly. All right, after that, got about 3 scrambled eggs. Depending on where you're from, how you say egg or eggs. Whatever. I'm from Arabic, Louisiana. That's uptown Chalmette. That's the eggs. All right, and as you go, you maybe kind of press it down a little bit. You want all your toppings to kind of stick in there. After that, put some crumbled bacon. Put some crumbled bacon up in there. And then we're gonna finish this off with a little green onion. Put as much as you want, a little as you want. Now at this point, you can get as creative on these things as you want. You don't have to go with this exact recipe. You can put some jalapenos in there. You can do some crumbled sausage. Maybe put a little sausage gravy in there. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna roll this one. Then we'll top the second one, and then the roll is the same thing on that. So I want to grab the ground mixture and start working it back this way. Okay. See what I'm doing there? Work it back and press. work it back and press. Okay? You could use your mat if you like to kind of move it back. You can roll this guy completely over. Look at that. We're gonna pack it in tight on one end right here. Pack it tight on the other side over here. Okay? Let's move it up. All right, the next one we're gonna do is, let's just call it, we're gonna call this one the jams. All right? Don't call it that at home because people are gonna know who the hell you're talking about. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab some ground beef. I got some 80-20 ground chuck right here. Just like the sausage, we're gonna spread it around evenly. Okay? This is actually spread pretty easily. This sausage likes to stick a little bit. All right? Spread it around, nice and even. And since the sausage actually has some seasoning in it, because it's breakfast sausage, the ground beef doesn't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going with my buddy Cam Day's Elk Creek. He's got this brand new seasoning right here. It's the Grillin Garlic Jalapeno. Like a little spice. So I'm gonna actually go a little light, like putting this over the top. That's gonna add a nice little balance of salt, some herbs, some herbs and the rolling fatties. Come on, James. Either way, some spice from the jalapeno. It's gonna be some good stuff. After that, the next thing I'm gonna do is grab some of this cream cheese. Actually, I found this at the store. It's actually a whipped cream cheese. Instead of going softened, man, this thing right here, that spreads easily. You could use this for your desserts or whatever. That's 8 ounces right there of cream cheese. Spread it out even. Okay. That's gonna cook down in that meat a little bit. It's not gonna get too crazy. I'm not gonna use all of this a little bit left. I'm gonna go with some mild cheddar cheese next. Spread that out. Hands are getting messy, but part of the fun, right? I made some candied jalapenos. I'm actually gonna have a recipe in the description for these things, for these guys now. Out a little bit. It's gonna add a nice sweet heat to this thing. Okay. Some crumbled bacon. And a little bit of green onion. Let's roll this guy up. Grab the Indian bacon weave. Start rolling over. Press everything down as you go. Okay. With this thing rolled really tightly. And then press it in with your thumbs also as you're going. Just like that. That's where you can actually pick this thing up. It's a complete roll all the way around. There you go. Tuck the ends in. Tuck the ends in. Now at this point, if you wanted to, you could add a little rub over the top of it. I don't necessarily need to. I don't want any on mine today. So we'll leave it like this. I'm gonna get them on the smoker and we'll check back on them in a few minutes. Now we got these guys rolled up. Let's get them on the grill. All right. And you know how I like my cooler racks. So I'm gonna do is let's spread these things out a little bit. There we go. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is some B&B hickory chunks. Let's close it up for about an hour. All right, it's been about an hour, 15 minutes, and man, check out the color in these things right here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna rotate them, and then I decided, made like a little bit of a game time decision here. I'm gonna, the breakfast one, I'm gonna base that thing with some maple syrup, and let's call it the hamburger one. I'm gonna hit that one up with some Elk Creek country style barbecue sauce. Let's go with the breakfast one real quick. Got some maple syrup. All right. And now the Elk Creek barbecue sauce. These things are hitting an internal temperature about 128. And the beef one, let's call it the hamburger one again. And the breakfast one, I'll get the center. At 144, I'm gonna take that thing to 160 and it's gonna come off and rest and we'll finish up the big one. All right, we'll be back. All right, it's been about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's see where these guys are here. Yeah, that was done. That's the one with the beef, so I like that medium. as far as that goes. 162, 161. Let's take them off and let them rest for about 15 minutes, just because I like the skin on the roof of my mouth. Then we'll try them and we'll eat them. How do these two fatties look? Those things look beautiful. Check them out. We got the barbecue one on one side, and then we got the breakfast on the other side. Let's cut these things up real quick. We're gonna try them out. Guess what? I even found some biscuits right now. I'm gonna try that breakfast one on a biscuit. Look at this thing. Let's cut the breakfast one first. Cut it right down the center. I'm not showing you yet. Woo. All right, check these guys out real quick. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these guys up real quick, and then we're gonna try them. We're gonna eat them up. All right. Be right back. These things look delicious. Man, I've got breakfast, I got lunch, I got breakfast, I got dinner, I've got brunch. I don't care what you call it. I'm calling these things in my stomach in just a second. So look at this. I'm gonna grab two of these slices. One like this, one like that. Just look at that. That's it. Scrambled eggs and bacon and sauce and everything. So I'll put one of them on this breakfast biscuit right here. I'll top that off with a little more maple syrup over the top. We'll get that one in a second. The other one, I'm going to eat this one with this ground beef and yeah, they got cream cheese and candied jalapenos, everything. Try this guy out. That's amazing. Wow. It's like a cheeseburger, a little cream, and it's like a cheeseburger and jalapeno popper. Boom. Had himself a fatty. Breakfast fatty. Look at that guy right there. This ain't no Denny's scrambled. No. Now for this. I'm done. Yeah. Stop. We'll be right back. Well, there you have it. You got you a breakfast option, a brunch option, a lunch option, and a dinner option, all with basically the same technique. Look, you can load these things up however you want, build them however you want. The options are endless. You can put rice in there. You can put noodles. You can put all kind of stuff in there. Build it however you want. Like I said, the basics of it is that bacon weave. I taught you how to weave the bacon back and forth so you have a square bacon mat. And then from that point on, you go with your ground mixture, whether it be pork sausage or ground beef. I season my ground beef up with about a can days Grillin Garlic Jalapeno, and then actually topped it with his barbecue sauce after that. But once I get it all together, wrapped up, you could add a little rub to the top. I felt like I really didn't need it today. Put it on the Weber Kettle over there, and it was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, smoking at 275 with some lump charcoal and some B&B hickory chunks. It doesn't get much easier than that. I'm gonna have the full recipe right down below in the description. As always, guys, I really appreciate your support. This is a lot of fun. Kind of lost count of what video I'm at now, but hey, time flies when you're having fun, right? Subscribe if you haven't yet. Share these videos. Comment below. Like them. Tell all your friends. Follow myself on social media. Follow the restaurant on social media. Ask me any questions anytime you want about anything barbecue related, food related. Hopefully I can try to answer for you. See you guys next week.